Thanks everybody for coming. Don knows everything about this new software. Actually, it was funny because he was showing me a few things last week when we were planning how to demonstrate it, and he was showing me a few things this morning too, and realizing that it says new to us. It's new to us too. So he will give you an overview and you can ask questions. He'll talk a little bit about how it's been useful here already, how it's useful to citizens, and especially, I think, to reporters. So that question that I get all the time of, are we getting an Olive Garden? Is there going to be Trader Joe's in the old Staples building? I get that for the last year or so. So now you can look and see, is there something that has a permit that's going to go into the old Staples building? So we're pretty excited about it, and you can ask questions at will. Thanks for being here.
So a little history, Building Eye is a company out of the Bay Area, and they are somewhat associated to Excel Automation, and so they developed this program. Excel Automation is our permitting system that we have now, and so they built this program around that. So it's kind of like a program that pulls information out of Excel Automation, our permitting system now. So they have this program for the city of San Francisco, and so we jumped on board, wanted to look at it. We looked at Corvallis, how they did it, so we are somewhat similar sister cities when it comes to permitting systems. So we liked what they had there. We wanted to get some demonstration from Building Eye. They came, showed us what they could do. We really liked it. We could see how it can not only provide a transparency for the citizens of Missoula to see what's going on, but that also helps our staff in finding things quickly. So efficiency is really what development services is all about. So we got one other person. Come on in.
Hi, sorry.
Hi, Peter.
A little bit late. I apologize.
No
you're
worries.
fine, you're
We're
fine.
just starting.
We're just
Come
getting
from Miller Creek.
started.
May I stick this in front of you?
Yeah,
Sure, that's fine too.
You know Don Veru?
I know. I left a
Peter
message for you
Christian,
on
he
the
works for
phone.
KTVL.
Yeah, just recently?
Just a few minutes ago.
Oh,
I
okay.
was thinking I wouldn't get able to make it, but
Oh,
I'm here,
okay,
so.
yeah.
Here you are.
All right, well, no problem at all.
get out of
So
the
this
way.
is pretty informal, a demonstration, because, you know, it's new for us. It's kind of somewhat of a new system for me. A lot of our staff and development services has been using it now for about a month or two, and but I have not had the opportunity to go through it as much as I'd like to yet. So what we're going to do is, the way you find this Building Eye program is to go to the city webpage. And you would click on, it's fairly easy, just a couple clicks to get to it. So we put it under licenses and permits because Building Eye is all about permits. And so you just click onto that, and that will take us to, oh, it's not frozen up. Yep. To Development Services page. And you can see there's a lot of links, but the one we're going to look at today is this one right here. It says Building Eye, what's happening in your neighborhood. So it's really informational for what's happening in your neighborhood, or if you're thinking about buying a house in another place, you can kind of click on and see what's happening. We'll go through that. We'll go through that whole process. So we'll click on the Building Eye here, and it goes to another site here. It kind of explains what Building Eye is and what it can do and so forth. So that's you can read that. And so down on how to begin, you click into one or the other. You go to the same map, building, engineering, or planning. Those are the three modules that we're dealing with right now. So we'll click onto this and see what happens. And really depending on, I know what I do at home, it's a little slower at home where I live down in the Bitterroot, but I notice here at the city it's much faster. So click on Explore Map, and here we are in Missoula. And right now we are only looking at building permits. And just to give you an idea of building and planning, off to the right you'll see these two modules here. These are different maps we'll click on to later. Building and planning have a history of only 2.5 years. And if we went back forever on this thing when we first started permitting, the whole thing would be green. You wouldn't be able to figure out what's what. So we decided only 2.5 years for building and planning. Now engineering is a little different because we decided to go ahead and capture all the permits, information concerning planning as far back as we can go. And I'll show you why we've done that, and it's going to be very useful. In fact, the thing on the engineering module, once the citizens start working on that, we'll probably see probably 10 or 12 less calls per week of asking just for one thing, and that is sewer ditch cards. So then that is, where's my sewer in my backyard? How does it go? And they would have to come to the city, find a parking spot, and talk to our staff. Our staff would have to locate the map of their yard, where it is, how deep it is, and print it out and give it to the citizen. Well, now, which I'll show you later, you can go online here, pull up your address where you live, click on your little green dot where you live, and the sewer card will be right there. You can print it out at home, and you'll know exactly where in the backyard. And some of the newer stuff, we have stuff back in the 30s here, sewer cards, and not as accurate as they are now. Nowadays we have the depth, is it a 45-degree angle, held zigzags back through your backyard, which is kind of weird how some of them do that. But they'll show you the depth where your clean out is. If you've had a house for a long time and you've landscaped back there, sometimes the clean out gets covered up. So this will tell you exactly how many feet off the building is your clean out, so you can find that in case you ever need it. Okay, so a couple things with the building module is there's a filter here. And let me just show you how this works. See, it only goes back 2.5 years, but it does say the last 3 years, but that's actually 2.5 years. So you can go back to 2 years, or last year, 6 months ago, or what's been done the last 2 months. And this is what we see here. So, and then we can go, now we're still in the building module, okay, so keep that in mind. So in the building module, this automatically reverts to giving everything that's done in the building division. Whether it be residential, commercial, the electrical permits, mechanical, plumbing, moving, demolition permits. So if you want to kind of key into exactly what you're looking for, say mechanical permit. And so these are the last 2 months that we've issued mechanical permits throughout the city. Mechanical permits are for furnaces, change outs, that kind of, or new construction for stuff too. So let's go back to this. Let's say all that's available since we started 2.5 years ago. So we can let's get rid of this, and let's go down to some neighborhood here. And let's say, for example, I'm interested in this house right here. It doesn't show you the address on the map because they just couldn't do it. We've asked for, various things. Could you do like a lots? Can we see lots? And they say you can't do that. So you got to click onto that. And then off to the right, here it is, 2216 Livingston. And it's a mechanical permit back in 2013. And maybe just look at this date here. This is the permit number. It's kind of long, but just look at that. That's August 2nd, 2013. And it replaced a furnace. So if I was buying the house there, I'd say, well, at least the furnace is not very old. So that's kind of nice to know. But if I wanted to find out what are the permits there, possibly. Whoop, wrong one. Let's look at other filters. Maybe that. Okay, let's see if there's any plumbing or mechanical stuff there. So let's go back up. And still on this little there. Okay, well, it looks like there is maybe some more things here. We got a plumbing permit. Water heater change out. that's nice to know. Okay, so anyhow, so that just gives you an idea what you can do when it comes to the building module. And feel free to ask questions. Hey, thanks, welcome.
Sorry to be late. We didn't understand it was a hard start time. I just thought it was any time between 12.
Oh,
to
that's
1.
fine. Okay, well, we'll
But
certainly-
you saved the best for us, right?
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course. All right then.
So Don, is the received, is that when you guys receive the application for the permit? Or is that when the permit is,
Probably issued.
okay.
You know, maybe we can go back to our little demo here. Down here is the status. Now, there'll be different things there. There'll be issued status or final status. Issued means we just issued it, we haven't done the inspections yet. So that's the other thing, you can check, well, was this ever inspected? Sometimes they're not. You know, they should be, but so they're not. But this was, down here the status says final, so we know it was inspected by the city and approved.
And then if it says closed, it means the process is never,
If it says closed there, it probably, occasionally get a situation where the homeowner does not like anybody in their home. I mean, we get that occasionally. We can't even inspect it, you know, so we almost, we don't have any other choice other than close it down. That's rare, but we get that.
Don, may I ask, just overall, where did this system come from and how much did it cost to develop and install?
Okay, the system was developed in the San Francisco Bay Area by Building I, it's a company. And they are associated with our permitting system we have. And the cost is about $32,000. It's divided between you know, 3 divisions, so it's kind of spread out a little bit. So the building division pays $10,000 a year for that. So we felt that was pretty reasonable.
So this is not a one-time purchase, this is a lease over that you pay $10,000 a year?
Correct. Yeah. And the city council enjoyed this. In fact, I'll show you some other things once I log into it, that anybody can log into, how it's really beneficial to elected officials, real estate people. You know, there's a lot of benefits, neighbors, you know, and so forth.
I'm sorry, I'm unclear. You said it was a 30,000 spread out over 3 departments, so is that each department pays the 10 a year?
Yes,
Okay, so the end result is it's 30,000 a year.
32,000. Yeah.
32, great, thank you.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Where were we here? Let's see, we talked about the mechanical permit, we knew that, and here's electrical permit for a new AC unit. So that kind of explains what's happened at that particular address. All right, so let's play around with planning. Let's go to that. Now, here's the other thing too, I didn't show you the first time. When you first go on this thing, you can click on this, try our tutorial, and that goes around the whole map and shows you, explains every step for you. So in case I missed something, you can always do that. So let's go to the planning module here. So under planning, the things that are available over the past 2.5 years, or you can scale it down if you know something that is sooner than that you're looking for. And then here's the various things you can check for the planning module. You know, ADUs, board reviews, floodplain permits, subdivision permits, zoning compliance permits, sign permits. You know, if you're looking at a sign, wondering if you ever had a permit, you can click on here and find out. Yes.
Forgive me, I'm sorry, is this both residential and commercial
It
properties?
is.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right on this one. Building module is the only one that has a selection commercial or residential component for you, so. All right, so let's take a look at some of this. We can go to this right here, South Avenue, just off the railroad tracks. We can see, well, what's going on here. Here's a sign permit, closed out. Now in this case, now we get different terminologies with different divisions. Not real consistent across that, but closed out means that it was approved and it's probably already there. Let's see, we can look at it. This is, this is a Carl Tyler Express Loop. So another sign that they have 2 signs there, 3 signs, so forth, so. And, let's talk about the colors. Blue and green. Green is, means it's history, more history than brand new. Blue is something that is in review. Can't make a dream. Another sign that they applied for hasn't been approved yet, so I don't know. There must be some situations they're not aware of. Okay, any questions about zoning so far? We go to the engineering module. Click on that. You're going to see a lot more dots because this is a longer history. For those who just came in, the engineering module will cover permits back into the 30s, and I'll show you the reason why we did that. But the building and planning modules only go back 2.5 years. Now, if you need history of something longer than that, older than that, we certainly have it here for you too. So. Okay, so we can drill down to this a little bit and kind of see what's going on. We can click on to maybe this one. Oh, here we go. And this is 2150 South Avenue. And this was an excavation permit. Some of this terminology you're not going to know. I'm sorry, we should have a key or something, but we just have not developed that yet for you. So here's a sewer drawing. We can look at that, and looks like this was 2001 sewer drawing. So if you're at this location and you're wondering where the sewer goes, this is what the newer sewer cards look like. So down below is the building. It comes out 3 feet, makes some angles. No idea. I cannot answer questions why we did this, why they did it, not us. But it's here's the clean out right here. And then if you go up above here, it talks about, this is 2.5 feet. The building's right here, and it comes out 2.5 feet, starts dipping down. Here's our clean out. And then angles off, and then when it gets to the main, it's about 9.5 feet deep at that location. So these are the kind of things that people used to come in and ask for quite often. Can we get a copy of this? Now you can just print it out right at your home. Yes?
Now, with this system, would a builder or a developer be able to do all their research without ever having to come into the building until they actually have to pay the fee or to get it approved, or could they do that all online?
That's a good question. A lot of this can be done here. Although they're not going to know what the zoning is, to set the zoning, of it. Of course, we always encourage developers to come in and visit with us long before they get their development going, so we can tell them, here's what you're going to have to deal with, and what we'll be looking for, so we encourage that.
Now, is this just the City of Missoula, or is the county going to come in with you on any of this?
No, just the city.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's get out of that. So, any questions so far? What I'd like to do is log in, and I'll show you how this really is a wonderful program. No other questions? We'll go ahead. I'll log in. Hopefully you're. Oops, I didn't go. Still working. Let's try it. Is this on? It wasn't on. Who set this operation up?
You're so smart, Don.
now?
No. Never knew if he was.
Just a husband.
He usually does. They can figure out anything.
Okay, so let's pull out of this a little bit, and let's go to building, to start with. Let's just play around. I didn't pre-do this, okay, so, say for example, I live in a neighborhood, and I'm interested in, a couple ways you can do this. You can do a pin drop, and so, but I live over here, so you just take this and you just kind of, oh, you gotta grab one. I live right here, so anything within 400 yards, I want to be alerted to this. So then, so I go down here, and I've got to name this, say, my place. So I'm going to save that. That's my neighborhood. And so I hit save alert, okay? And I want to view the alerts. And I got one on here I saved earlier, so let's get rid of this. Make it simple. So since I'm in the building module, it's automatically going to check new building over here. But I want to be alerted about everything. Okay, so I click it all. And then I want to be alerted weekly or twice a week. I don't know why I got never, but whatever. Or monthly, you know. So there's your choices. And you can click onto that. I want to be alerted weekly if anything new happens in my neighborhood. And so once I got that, then what happens is then I get an email when something happens there. So I click on and see what it is. You know, so it's going to be. So in some ways, it's going to be cool to do that. So and you just click this, go back to the map, and you're already set up for the alerts. So let's get rid of that because I'm going to show you some others.
And Don, is the system, as soon as somebody applies for a permit, does it automatically connect to this system?
Yes.
Okay.
When
So
they
it's-
apply, see,
Okay.
it used to be people didn't know about things until we approved the permit. So now this kind of system, as soon as they apply for the permit, you're aware of it. So let's check something else out here. Let's go a little more citywide, and let's do some filters here. And we'll leave that there. Okay, then we'll go here. Okay, that's good. Let's check their. Let's do something else. Ed, what was your ward? What is your ward? Sorry. 6. All right. Ed, you're all over the place.
There's a lot of activity in the ward. Wow.
Yes, there is.
Well, first of all, we have to save. We have to save that, and then we go back. Ed, how often would you like to be alerted? Here's your choices.
Well, that looks good, yeah, sure.
By never,
Oh, yeah.
twice a week. All right, we'll say weekly. And would you like to know whatever
Yes,
else?
so.
You guess. Okay, so now we're there. Okay, so now we go back and let's play around with Ed's ward. Okay. So here's all the building permits, and
Can you make the ward a little bit bigger?
yeah, we can get closer to it. Ed, what's all this out here? Why is we got all these patchworks out here in your ward?
I have no idea.
These are actually annexations the city's done. Yeah, Ed knows that. So we can drill down in there and find out what's going on, especially right here. It's on the inside of the reserve. Okay, sorry, you gotta click around that thing or you're in trouble. Okay, so this plumbing permit for the cosmetic surgical arts place. Okay, so. Further,
So,
any
I wanna
questions?
know what's going into Staples, of course.
Okay, yeah, I can tell you right up front, nothing.
Anecdotally, nothing.
Nothing, sir, yeah. I mean, really, there's nothing yet.
Too bad.
Yeah, it is really.
And so there are no permits. Show us how you would use building height to determine that instead
Oh,
of
for-
asking you.
Okay, all right, let's finish Ed real quick here. Ed, we're gonna check out any building stuff that's going on. Oh, I'm sorry, we're in planning. Planning stuff. Any engineering, whoop, lost that, sorry. So go back and forth. Okay, there we go. Any engineering stuff, a lot of stuff, but remember, that's a history from the beginning of time, so. Okay, so interested in, what are we looking at? Let's get rid of this, sorry. Oh, here's another thing we can do too. That's, did I do that right? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna see where Staples is. Now, that was the other thing I talked to him about. Could we get some, unless somebody knows the address where Staples is, we can put that in there. Otherwise, we're gonna have to,
It's right near Dearborn and
Right near
Brooks.
Dearborn.
It's right next to Hastings.
okay, that's good.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the address, sorry.
South
Right.
Avenue,
Let's see.
further south, because I think I came down to South Avenue.
You think we're a little bit further south here? You're South Avenue, yeah, you're right. Okay, so we're probably right in this area. You think that's it?
That's up farther.
Yeah, to where the blue, yeah, that's probably
You think
Hastings
that's
right
it?
there.
Okay, well, let's go down to this, see if let's get a little closer too.
That's
For security. So it's over here.
It's over there.
There we go, okay.
Yeah.
So, well, we
It's
got
the
something
lower
going
one.
on here. Think it's this one?
No,
No,
it's
it's
the lower
closer
one,
to-
across from
Yeah.
for security, right there.
Right here?
I think so.
Let's see.
Locate existing electrical service.
Let's see, right here is, this is, what do you think this is?
Dairy Queen.
I think that's Dairy Queen right there. So you come across here. What's this? Okay,
2501
That's on South.
Brook Street. Is the closed Staples.
it's gonna be up there. So A or B. Let's try that one. It is right there. It's 1971. So there's nothing going on there yet. Not yet. They've been closed for a while, haven't they? Have they closed?
And if another business were going in there and had even applied for a permit, it would come up as a permit.
Yeah, let's go to the building lot.
You say 1971?
2501. Is it 2501?
Store in 1971. Grocery store.
It's a grocery store, wasn't it?
Oh, you think so?
An Albertson, a Buttrey's,
Tidings.
Tidymans.
Tidings, yeah, that's right.
Right.
I think it's chicken, great as
Yes,
ever.
almost as good as Costco. You can look at my house if you want.
there a problem?
We don't know, we haven't looked.
Do you want people to know you didn't get a permit for that hot water heater?
1755 West Central.
Central,
There you
here we are. Should I click on it?
There's Ed's house.
go. Give it a click.
Re-roof. Do you have re-roof down
Got a
there?
new roof?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good.
Or something like that.
Okay, now let me show you something else you can do. If you're not in, if you don't have any of these, you know, upper rattlesnake, you know, lower rattlesnake, these are the neighborhood solutions.
So you can sign up for alerts.
Yeah, you can sign up alerts.
By
any of
neighborhood
those.
council, by wards, by zip code,
Yeah,
Good.
or the whole city.
or the whole city, or if you
Or.
want, you can do your own thing here. Click onto this, and then say, if I want to know what's happening here. Here. You see what I'm doing here? I'm blocking out an area. I want alerts, so I can ask for alerts in that area if you want.
So you can define your own area.
You definitely can, yeah. Okay, any questions? Did we miss anything yet?
I was just wondering how it connects to the information that, like, can you get a printout of a permit or more information on?
Okay, well, that's a good question. Let's go down there and maybe we'll find permit. It's here. Here's a permit. It's a roughing permit. You can get more details. Now, this takes you to Excel Citizen Access, which is available now. It has been for some time. So this program will go back to there for more information. You can find out who did the roofing. Here's a description again. You can look for inspections, to see how things went. Did I click on it right? Okay. So the billing was, billings, there's two processes to a building inspection. First of all is the, like a pre-roof, not pre-roof, but a inspection for the dry-in. So that's what this is, passive roofing, and it looks like Gabby Grant was the one that passed it us on May 29th. And then Aaron Bauman came back on June 11th and passed it. And you can ask for more details, but basically this tells you that it's been taken care of.
You know, Don?
Yes.
I live up in the Miller Creek area, and I'm in an area that's kind of a patchwork. I'm in the city, but several of my neighbors on either side of me are not. So if I go to find myself up there, am I just going to see me on this map, or will I see all their houses?
Well, we can do this, well, either way, you can put your address here,
Right.
but then just your house can show up. Or you can, what street do you live on?
St. Thomas
Oh, yeah.
Drive,
Okay? So
but
let's
there
get
are
down
actually
here.
2 St. Thomas Drives up there.
Yeah, there is.
Pizza delivery drivers hate us.
Yeah, but you're off of Upper Miller. Off Upper Miller
Upper Miller Creek.
is the way to go. Okay? Here's a roundabout, so we're right here. And St. Thomas is right here.
Well,
Comes
that's
around
one
to
of
there.
them.
Yeah, or are you on the lower one or the upper
Yeah,
one?
well, we're the one that connects to April Lane.
Okay, so that's this one down here.
Yeah,
So you live down here somewhere.
yes, sir.
See if we can get you.
I'm the one back behind everybody else.
Are we close? I mean, I can click on one of these, find out the address. 6255?
6289.
So it'd go this way? Or is it up, or, well, this way? You're out here in the middle of nowhere?
I'm actually back in the back, I think behind. Go up a
Six,
little
oh,
higher.
here's 6289.
Yes,
Where's yours?
that's me, 6289.
There you are.
Yeah, right here. So you live right there.
Yep,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
All right.
And you've done nothing,
Except for plumbing. You had a water heater change out last,
Yeah, just last week.
yeah. Oh, okay. Status?
last week, you got a new water heater? That's already there.
Yeah, it's there.
That's
And-
funny because the company that didn't hasn't even cashed my check yet. Wow.
But we can find out about it. See? What a great tool.
All right, well, let's, one thing I noticed though is, it hasn't been inspected yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was inspected. The gentleman came by and passed it,
When?
the next day.
Says completed.
Oh, here it is, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it did pass.
Mhm.
Okay.
I saw your finger on the police department button there, I think.
Okay, so yeah, it was passed by Tony on the 24th
Interesting. Huh.
at 1:15 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Is that close?
Yeah.
That's where he
Well,
was.
30
Couldn't get a hold of him.
seconds.
Okay. Right.
It
So
says it.
clearly your immediate neighborhood is in the city,
Okay.
right?
Correct. And you know, just, let's play around. I don't know for sure how we come to city limits other
Well,
than,
I think the reason we're in the city is because the sewer literally comes right down behind me on my backyard and goes down the street that
Yeah.
way.
so what ward are you in?
Ward 4. No, 5.
Okay, well, let's try 5.
Ward 5.
Yeah, so there you are. Sorry, I lost you. Oh, you're over on the other side.
So as you can see, there are little outposts that are still in the county.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit.
It's a place you can still shoot a deer
Right there, huh?
in your own backyard without getting arrested.
Not within a mile of the city.
No, we're talking, oh,
Yeah.
my neighbor did that this year.
So now you can see too, I mean, if you know the wards, you can see this has been annexed down here and Lloyd Dwight just bought all this. A lot more houses up there.
Yeah. Rows and rows and rows of more houses.
They all go down Miller Creek, right? Road to the roundabout.
Yeah.
The only way out. Well, there's the other way.
You said licensing and permits? It's business licensing associated?
No, but we'd love to get that on there. That would certainly help, you know, and just because there are people come into Missoula that don't know they need a business license. I mean, the amount of revenue that we could probably generate from helping people get to what they need here in the city,
What
But
what
probably more
would
in
it
pay for
take to
this.
hook those together?
just approval from city council, and we can spend the money.
Your new city council probably.
Yeah. No, I think, you know, something like that would help the code compliance person that's over at business license to, you know, if you could go down the street and, let's get out of this. If you could just go down the street, down Brooks, and we had business license module, and it showed all the business licenses. You could go down there and find out who doesn't have one, and go and educate them. They need to get their business license. And the revenue would probably pay more and pay for just that
We
module.
don't worry about money.
Aren't you part of the city council?
I have
No,
a
those
question.
fees
Yes.
would pay for that.
Are there any
upgrade.
kinds of permits that won't show up on this? Like, are there, that are sort of not, shouldn't be public knowledge or are designed not not
You
to
know,
public knowledge.
There
that
may
sort
be,
of
but
thing.
you know, that's something we're trying to eliminate. That's, for example, say if we go Upper Rattlesnake. How's that? Here's Upper Rattlesnake. Are you in Upper Rattlesnake? Yeah, here it is,
Yep.
Woodland. And all of a sudden, what is this? You know what I'm pointing at?
Oh, yeah. I was just there earlier today.
But it's gonna be, it'll be surprising to you to find out what it is. It's a floodplain permit, okay?
Right.
So the floodplain permit.
And that's the one that expired, which is why that one's closed, I assume.
Okay, so anyhow, I think if you, let's play around, just for kicks, let's see what the details are on this thing. I mean, if this just came up today, and it was alerted to you, you could go on here and say, okay, now what's going on here? And I'm curious too, I've never looked at this, so. We know Scott owns a piece of property. And so, you know, let's see, what is this for? So I'm asking you, we know that it's a floodplain permit, what is it for?
Well, I know what it's for, but you're asking
What if
the
you didn't
machine what it's
know?
for, okay?
This just came up today, how would you
Okay.
know?
I mean, I would click on all the things to see
Sure,
more
okay.
information.
Let's see if there is anything. Okay, let's see, related.
So do all those green checks mean that it's been completely through the
Yes,
process?
yeah, it's been through the process.
I actually think back in the news system, if you go to the other tab, it did say something about why it was what it was for. If you go.
Yeah, this here?
Portions of the road that enter the floodplain and then return,
To X.
whatever that means, right?
You know, just to be honest with you, as we go through this, staff is gonna have to know that they need to maybe put a little more detail, you know? I mean, sometimes we put in abbreviations and we know exactly what we're talking about. But as we go through this, we know the staff will need to be a little more detailed about the description so that we understand what is going on there. See, I'm having a difficult time with this, just to be honest with you. Because if I lived up there, I still wouldn't know what things going on.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
if you
that
lived up
was-
there and you said, why didn't they get a floodplain permit? You'd
Right,
be down in our
exactly.
office
Then you
saying,
would
"What
Yeah, and that was
else?"
back in
Or call us.
2014.
Yeah, or you'd
Mhm.
call us and find out what's going on. You know, so that's,
So
And that was part of the deal that, well,
what is
there
that
was,
though,
yeah,
Don?
we,
I mean, we're very familiar with this project, so
it's gonna be townhouse
was
exemption.
that the first
See,
step
there's,
in the project?
yeah, they should have got
To allow a
a,
road through the floodplain?
they should have got a zoning compliance permit would be next. See, and I don't think we got that far.
it's in there, it's under,
See, it should be on this right now.
okay.
See, so that's something I might go check, so
Right.
why is it not
Mhm.
on there?
Lila, do you
I
live
think
on
it's
Woodland?
in- I do.
Do you live
You
near
think-
Mia?
I
and
do, I
Dave?
live two down from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
I
walked
think
the road
actually it's,
together.
I think it's
Yeah, I
there,
know.
I thought I saw it today under, because I think what you clicked on is just, is that under planning?
It
Or
is
is this
under-
under,
Yes.
yeah, okay, so maybe it's not in there yet.
Well, wait a minute, let me check. Let me just,
Yeah, that's what,
yeah.
I mean, that was one of my sort of wonderings of,
Yeah.
with this process, obviously, there's no public notice, but
This
this
would be the,
effectively would
this
be the
would be the
public
notice,
notice.
and that's what we want.
Right.
That is
Which-
true.
Yeah.
which would help a
So
lot.
anytime there's a zoning compliance permit,
Mhm.
that's what we're gonna see. See, if we were to, just hang in with me, okay, because I need to, see if we wanted to know, see, this would be a good spot for, put on your
Right,
townhouse
specifically.
exemptions.
Oh, that would be excellent.
So we got,
Oh,
see,
wouldn't that be
so if we
something?
That would be
click,
something.
if we click subdivisions, oh, here's one down here.
Don, could we put home exemption
I think
as a
we could.
category?
Yeah, but you know, playing around with it. See this right here? What do you think that is?
Hillview.
Hillview.
Which isn't a subdivision anymore.
I guess it is, yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yes, oh, sorry. Ed, you okay with this?
I gotta go, Don.
Was it worth
Take
it?
care of it.
You like it, Ed?
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. It's,
I like it. The neighbors councils will like it.
Oh, yeah.
they
Yeah.
really like it.
That way everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Instead
I
of going,
think they know, and then something will happen, it won't go through this for some reason, and you're mad
well, that could happen too.
at you. See ya, thanks, Don.
Yeah, no, thanks Ed for
Thanks,
your
Ed.
input.